How's it going, internet? I've been a bit quiet last few weeks. I've been so damn busy. I've not been able to do any work on the car. Soon it's all going to kick off. I've got a load of work to do. So we'll have a talk about what's going to happen over the next few weeks. Before that, I wanted to have a quick talk. A few weeks ago, as you can all remember, if you've seen the videos, I fitted some bracing and some tyres. Just wanted to have a quick chat about my thoughts on those. I've been driving it around for a few weeks. I wanted to do a completely different video today, but one of my fuel lines has split and I'm putting petrol all over the road, so I thought I'm probably best not doing it today actually, which is one of the jobs that we're doing. We'll talk about that later. Right, the first thing, I fitted the tyres and there was no bracing. They are Yokohama ADO 8R. Now, going from reasonably cheap tyres to those tyres was an incredible difference. They are just so sticky. You can feel they're just not breaking away at all around corners. That alone made a massive difference. Later on, as the previous video, I got the bracing off McGillian Motorsport. Great piece of kit. I've got the rear brace and I've got the under brace. That's made a massive difference as well. The main reason I'm thinking that is because since fitting it, I've had to uprate my front springs. I believe that is because the flex now has been taken up by the bracing and is now being transferred into the suspension. So what was happening was I was scraping a lot more. So even though I'd lifted the car up 20 millimeters, I had to lift it up 10 millimeters for the tyres, but what I did is I lifted it up 20 millimeters and it was still scraping. So I've uprated this rating of the springs, I've upped the preload a bit more and it's stopped doing it now, but it feels so stiff. It's literally like when you're driving around corners now, it's like you're going round the corners in slow motion. It's weird to explain because I've never had anything like this before, so driving it now myself, it's made a good difference. I'm really impressed with it. I'm looking forward to trying out the front brace when he's finished developing that, and that'll be a full set on then, and then we'll really see what we can do. I had some plans today actually to do a video going around some corners nice and fast and making it a bit more exciting, but as I've got petrol all over the road, I can't. Overall, I'm really impressed with the tyres, with the bracing. Thumbs up. Really impressed. Let's talk about the mods we're going to do over the next few weeks, shall we? Right, the first one obviously is the fuel system, but I had actually planned on doing this anyway this next weekend. I'm doing something a bit special which a few people might be interested in. What I've done is I've got a spare 1ZZ fuel rail and I'm having it modified to be a actual proper return fuel system. What I've done is I've got a friend of mine who's a fabricator. He's modifying it for me to fit some AN6 fittings on each end. What I've got now is I've got a fuel regulator there, which we'll talk about in a second. That is just teed into the feed in. What it will be later is that will be moved over there and it'll be a proper return system. I'm going to get rid of this because that's in the way. This regulator is also shit. When I bought it, I wanted something half decent, but I didn't want to pay a fortune. So what I did is there was some on eBay for like 20 quid. So I thought, oh god, I don't want to buy one of those. They'll be absolutely useless. So what I did is I bought an 80 quid one because I thought, no, that'll be okay. But I think what I've ended up with is a 20 quid one for 80 quid because it's total shit. It's absolute garbage. What it's doing is it's not consistent. It brings up that is why the gauge is still on it, because you're not supposed to leave the gauges on the regulators once they're set up, but this one's left on because it's so inconsistent. It just runs a different pressure every 5 minutes. So that is going. I've ordered a Cytec and that Cytec is going to fit over there on the proper fuel return. That's the first job. The next job after I've done the fuel is I'm doing something with all this. I've got some high temperatures in the intake, So what I want to do is, at the minute this is up and down and everywhere, I want to change this for 3" all the way through. One of the first jobs I'm doing is I'm in talk with Streetwerks at the minute, because they're going to send me a enlarged throttle body, which should make a good difference. We'll talk about that, we'll install it, we'll have a good look at it. That will probably be the next job after the fuel. Once I've got the throttle body in, I'm going to change this charge cooler for a bigger one. I'm going to change it for probably just a cheap eBay one, to be honest, but it'll be a lot bigger and it'll have the 3" in and out. And then I'm going to change all this pipe work all the way along for 3" all the way to the throttle body. See if we can get those intake temperatures down a bit. I might actually leave this out. I don't know. Comment below. Just tell me what you think. Should I leave this BOV out, or shall I put it back in again? Because they do sound good with the turbo flutter, but I don't think I'm doing the turbo any good. The next job after that is I'm going to get a Mokel 13-row oil cooler, fit it down there in the vents. I've already started ordering a lot of bits for this ready, so as soon as they come, next week will be the fuel, the week after will be hopefully the throttle body, the week after that will be the charge cooler and the intake system, the week after that will be the oil cooler. If you don't want to miss any of this, don't forget to subscribe. Sorry for the boring video today, because I did have different plans completely, and I'll catch you in the next video, assuming the car doesn't set on fire and blow up while I'm trying to get it to the workshop.